From the PEP Radio Newsroom, this is the evening news blast. LGBTQ Nation is reporting parents have begun speaking out after their teen died by suicide. Idaho's anti-trans extremism took a toll. The parents of a transgender teen who died by suicide earlier this year are speaking out about the toll Idaho's anti-trans laws and the Trump administration's anti-trans crusade took on their daughter. You worry about that hatred being internalized, and that's what's happened to my kid, Elyse Thorpe told NBC News in a recent profile. It got inside. Thorpe and her ex-husband, Joseph Pollard, described their late daughter, May Pollard, as an energetic, curious child who loved sloths, video games, and writing poetry. She just wanted to live her life and experience the same things any teen does. But she was also keenly aware of the wave of anti-trans laws and sentiment that have swept Idaho and much of the U.S. in recent years. According to NBC News, May, who had also been diagnosed with autism, came out as trans when she was in 8th grade. She began receiving gender-affirming medical care in 9th grade, but due to Idaho's ban on such care for minors passed in 2022 and upheld by the U.S. Supreme Court in 2024, her parents were forced to travel to Portland, Oregon every 6 months to get May the care she needed. Following President Donald Trump's return to office in January 2025, Thorpe began making the 13-hour round trip by car to avoid creating a flight record amid the administration's relentless crackdown on gender-affirming care for young people. While the treatment improved things for May, the obstacles placed between her and the care she needed by anti-trans legislators continued to weigh on her. Then in July 2023, Idaho's law banning trans students from accessing single-sex bathrooms and locker rooms that align with their gender identity took effect. Lambda Legal filed a lawsuit challenging the law on behalf of Boise High School's Sexuality and Gender Alliance. And in July 2025, May joined the lawsuit under the pseudonym Jane Doe. In court filings, May described feeling stigmatized by being forced to use her campus's 2 single-occupancy restrooms, which came to be referred to as the trans bathrooms. It is scary having to look around before to see if anyone will see me going into the single-user restroom. As I worry about people gossiping and speculating about me being transgender, she said, I don't want people to know I am transgender without my consent, even my students who might be friendly. For me, it is not a part of myself I talk about or that I feel is the most important part of my identity. Her parents told NBC News that May would avoid eating and drinking during the school day, hoping to not have to use the school's bathrooms. I just want to fit in, she wrote in her affidavit in the Lambda Legal case. It is upsetting to think that I may have to go through the rest of high school without access to something as basic as the ability to use the same restroom as everyone else. May's parents say she became more troubled last fall and winter, according to NBC News. She attempted to run away to Oregon, and at least one of her poems seemed to reference self-harm. Then, on the morning of January 27th, Thorpe woke to find May missing from her bedroom. She later found her daughter's body in a downstairs bedroom. May was just 16 years old. When a detective asked her parents whether anyone might have wanted to harm May, Thorpe responded that, yeah, a lot of America did. There's a huge amount of animosity every single day thrown at trans kids, an angry and grieving Pollard told the detective. The whole fucking country, the whole fucking administration, every single fucking day. Yeah, you heard me right. That's a quote, by the way. As NBC News notes, over the last few years, Idaho Governor Brad Little, the Republican, has signed 15 anti-LGBTQ plus laws. In April, Little signed a pair of bills, one of which made it a criminal offense for trans people to use the bathroom associated with their gender, while the other banned pride flags on government buildings. As for Lambda Legal's challenge to the state school bathroom ban, at the time of May's death, she was one of just 2 plaintiffs left in the case, as all the others had graduated high school and no longer held standing. Earlier this spring, Lambda Legal moved to dismiss the case after the final plaintiff graduated. But Thorpe has continued to protest Idaho's anti-trans laws. According to NBC News, she stood outside of Governor Little's office during a March 31st protest holding a photo of her daughter. I wanted to support the protesters and remind everyone, including the governor, Thorpe told the outlet, that the stakes are real. The parents go and testify, and we say children are going to die. She said, well, we tell the legislators that, and they dismiss it. I guess they think it's hyperbole, or they think it's hysteria, or they think it's an acceptable outcome, probably some mix of those things. So I don't understand why there's an unwillingness to connect these laws to these outcomes. It was right there from the start. That's a news blast for this hour. PEP Radio is available on the Live 365 app, the homepage at paequality.com, Roku, Alexa, and wherever you find streaming radio. Up next, we have the Meadville area weather forecast here on PEP Radio.